Hello, my dears. It's Chelsea McCune, Jesus Christ Incarnate, coming at you with a weekly message. Forgive me. I'm tired. I'm a little hungover. Don't believe anyone who tells you that you can't be the ultimate spiritual if you drink or smoke or do drugs. It's not what the man intakes that will defile him. It's that which the man outputs that will defile him. Okay, babies? And, hi helicopter, right over me. And it's like, to deny the social aspect of humanity in the name of enlightenment is not very enlightened. It's attached to enlightenment, and through that, you skip your exit to enlightenment. So for the week of, I didn't even check because I'm hung over a little and I'm ditzy as a person. So, the 31st, Happy New Year, Happy New Year's Eve. Be safe. Listen to your intuitions. Last night, I don't know why I did not demand that we stay until our phones were at least 50% charged. My friend lost her phone last night. And I just heard because it was her lesson to learn. Okay. This week, for the week of the 31st, I'm using the fairy oracle, the wild wisdom of the fairy oracle. So I think we can expect some magic this week, tangible magic. That's another thing about the fairies, is that they're connected. They care about the 3D. They do, in a way that dragons don't. Dragons care, but in their own way. It's kind of like autism, where it's like they really can't empathize with the 3D reality, dragons anyway, unless it directly affects them. And there are so many other ethereal beings that are tied to Earth where they don't need a whole lot of concern, but you can channel their energy. You can be friends with them. It's not like they're not there, or that they don't care, like, to the point where they leave, It's just like they're not nearly as attached. Which is funny because we embody these dragons guarding their treasure, but the true treasure is that they don't need treasure. They're very self-assured creatures. I love their energy. Chats with Chelsea about the Fae. Last night, interesting, very interesting. This card came out backwards. I don't think that happened. I think that was molecular. I think I did that with magic. Magical help is on its way. So we have, and I'm going to take that out and put it as the tone as well. We have earned a living. We have earned a living. So I have a feeling a pathway is going to be set out before us. Let's get the rest of the cards here, since they telling me they're ready a little. And it's cold here, so like I'm hungover, and it's like a very brisk day to the point where my fingers are chilly, and I actually this is winter in LA, and I grew up. I became very accustomed to the cold. Winters. I spent time in Chicago when it was negative 50 degrees for 3 days, and I braved it. I went out into the weather to try to be social, went to work. Anyway, here we go. Oh. And 2 more here. Many of us are not at a level where we choose happiness every time a reason not to be happy arises. So when I say we have created a living, It's poetic because it can be applied to different contexts. Didn't mean to. That's channeling for you. So, Riddle Fisher, stolen in her sleep and scared to fly. In the beginning of the week, for most of us, it's going to be a trigger into a stimulative state. Well, why? I'm craving. I have questions. We're not meant to know everything, especially in the beginning stages, because you're not asking the right questions. The universe becomes confusing if we're focused on the wrong things. Wrong. But there's a key, there's a code to this matrix, y'all. So just, avert your attention to something different. Now, interesting, so we had 3 and 15, which equal 18. And then 18, scared to fly. The right moment, sensing out the right timing. The magical gift is the support of the masculine and the feminine side by side. Love 18. It's been popping up for me everywhere. Side by side. 2 opposite and equal forces. Whoa, side by side. Balance. Divine femmes afraid to tap into their masculinity. Divine masculines afraid to tap into their femininity. But Spirit is calling for you to not be scared. To transform this stimuli into the blessing that it is. We have made a living. If you're asking yourself questions, what you refuse to acknowledge is that you co-created this. You are limiting yourself to your own answers. You have chosen to a degree, whether it's karmically before you were born to have an experience, to have a story up until now, but you're here with me, right? I'm triggering you, right? Into a different sort of understanding. So if you don't know, first of all, it is true. We're not meant to know it all. Life is a surprise. It's a chance to do things. Delight, right? Angels like to delight, and half of that is the element of surprise. But if you're scared, it's because you've chosen not to see the truth. So you're going to be experiencing emotional whiplash of like I chose not to see the truth, so now I'm lost. I want to know, but I'm scared to go within. However, the extra message through the stages of the week: fairy lovers, new love, courtship, romance, and falling in love. Love this card in this deck. Boy, does it get right to the point. And the numbers are 43, and with Mr. Rogers, it's love ya. Love you. Spirit is helping you ascend. Spirit, of course, loves you. Midnight Prince, ask for what you want. Be honest. Ask for what you want. Be honest. Because if you're not honest with yourself, look, the universe will provide. Always. None of us don't manifest. So, you want answers? You want to feel fulfillment? You want to experience joy and bliss in a way that is fairy tale? Tap into your tail, you beautiful fae. Listen to your root chakra. Deny it no more. Banish the fear. Choose love. Because that's what you want. Hardly anything physical is what we want. The physical is supposed to be a reflection of love. Cars are not. Supermarkets are not. The system is not built off of love. So don't punish yourself. That's another gift you can give to yourself. Don't punish yourself for coming into an awareness, for realizing you're scared. You can't help it. You can't help but ascend and move on. So love all of life. Love it as a direct reflection of you. Love the part of you that co-manifested the living we have made. And make really smart choices about creating your future, sending it down through the earth to be brought back up for you to witness. Cycle that energy, babes. You know where to find me. Did I do the intro? Outro. If you would like to get a personal reading or a healing Reiki session, the instructions and descriptions for the services will be down below in the information box, along with links to my PayPal account, which I accept energy exchange donations for videos such as these. You can join me on Patreon for a monthly contribution in exchange for personal service. Like I aim for the first of every month, but it's definitely within the first week. And Facebook and Instagram for free daily guidance. And you can also send energy exchanges via cash if you're willing to risk it through post or check. I have the PEO box, my address down below. So I have a place you can send things. Gifts as well. I understand that there are some people, especially on Instagram, it was a while ago, you made me a necklace and I was about to leave the place of residence. Oh, hi, baby, look at the pin. It's so beautiful. And so, yeah, so there's that. Any updates? No. I might be in the woods for a little bit with a friend who responded. I meditated the other night. Thank you, Sun Mushi. I think I thanked you in the last video, and that hour meditation. So I met a man who felt that frequency of love, found me in Starbucks. He was like, I just needed to come to Starbucks today. And man, are we speaking the same language. Don't know if he's sexually attracted to me. Does not matter. I don't care. And, you know, it is what it is, but he talk about attracting in what you need. Because, like, not just him, but me living this van lifestyle, I can't tell you how long I had been wishing for myself to be a morning person. I wake with the sun, except after a night like last night when I roll in an hour before sunrise. I wanted to be a morning person. I wake up with the sun. I wanted more time to read. Well, I don't have internet access except for when I go to coffee shops and I do things like these or watch a little reading for my benefit, you know, from a reader. But, you know, I'm not there for like 8 hours a day, and I was watching Netflix a lot. It was one of my addictions, my filler stimuli. You know, I chose it a lot more than what I had been wanting to choose. So there we go. I shook it out. But Midnight Prince and the Lovers, it's like you always get for what you ask for. You're always asking and you will always get it. So love, 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 love. And love when the universe shifts around you to give you what your soul wants, not what you think you want. That's your ego. So, but he's renovating his own van, which has much more character than mine. A little bit bigger, clunkier, rustier, like, but he gutted it out and like he's making it kind of like a living space, you know? And so that's another thing. He works from home and he has this hobby. And so like we go into the mountains, he's like, we should go camping. And this is where the blessing comes in because like, so he's working on vans, right? And we're like, elephant buddies with big gray vans, and he's like, I have so much camping gear. What do you have? And I was like, nothing, like literally nothing. I don't have a generator for a hot plate. I don't have a gas little stove or a pot or anything. And he was like, I have so much stuff. Let me see what I can do without, and I'll just give it to you. And I'm like, So anyway, that's what's going on in my world. So if I don't post for a little bit, just know that I love ya. I'm taking some time in the mountains. It might not even be very much. I don't know. I truly don't know. I don't think it would be longer than a night. But when I am social outside of this world, it takes a lot of energy. And being who I am, I need me time to be a constant replenisher of my own energy. So, because I do give. And I want that to be constant. I just want to be treated. It will be easier. Help me help you, you know? It will be so much easier if people believed in me, if they treated me kindly. What kind of sucks, it's a disappointment because of an expectation I didn't know I had of people. But I joined a group called Inspired Women of Los Angeles, and I introduced myself to the group, and someone advertised a need for a cleaning person for like the middle of the month when their friend moves out of their apartment. And I was like, oh, I'm not afraid of elbow grease. I could totally use the cash. And I was on a day when I was like penniless. Like I spent $9.36 at the gas pump and like just to put a little something in there, and bought like a little bit of food, maybe some celery to go with the peanut butter. And I was like, well, maybe you pay me half now and half upon completion. And it was just like, it was a needy asking. And with my Chelsea Christ Incarnate handle on Facebook and stuff, and it's like, she's like, oh, well, I'm not used to paying up front. And it's like, ugh, attached. Like, I was kind of hoping for a gentleman's agreement, a handshake, you know, half now because you could really use it, right? And then half upon completion. It's a trust factor, you know? And so, didn't happen. Not mad about it. And last night, hungover, my friend Luna lost her phone, but I had quite the experience of rebelling against the natural resistance of nature. So dancing with Luna, I was in my masculine side. I hadn't gone dancing as like a masculine sort of entity, and I did, and it was so much fun, and it was beautiful to honor the feminines on the floor and let them take the lead and just give them energy. Oh, this place also had dancing boys shirtless or strapped in little Speedos and being like strippers, you know, like doing that work. I wish I had dollars to give them. I asked for the dude's name. He said his name was Alex. I was like, next time, I want to get you next time for your art, you know, and I was getting really into it. I was getting sexy. I take my top off dancing in gay bars. I've never had a problem with it because so many men are topless. And so when that happens, I've never been like chastised or cast out for it. But this bouncer was like, well, first I tried dancing without the shoes. I knew we would come across a problem, but I asked if I could sign a waiver releasing liability, and they were like, no. And I was like, okay. So we put our shoes back on and we did some dancing, and then I dared in Chicago. In Chicago, they loved me for it. I'm the life of the party. When I dance, ooh, that is big magic, babe. And so like I inspire the room. I'm just like dancing with myself to the beat. And so I dared to get up where the dancers had been, like on a pole and like just having fun. Bouncer, no, you got to get down. Okay. So I stay down. I'm using the table. I'm gyrating. I'm getting good. I'm letting everybody see me. The top's off, you know, like men, women, I'm both in that moment. Like we can all just be sexy, be cool, dance. Bye. After Alex came back and was like, I love you, because I'm like, fuck it. I love you. Thank you so much. And the bouncer. Bye. And I was inspired, and who knows who I triggered or how I healed, which is an important part. Because I am 29. I did just say goodbye to my sister this month. I think it was like, I landed here on Halloween and it was that week, you know, and it's like, well, so 2 months ago. But yeah, time like a manifestations. It goes faster the more you accept and stop fighting the situation that's best for you. Heal it with love. So things are really, really happening and progressing quickly on my end in that regard. But, so anyway, why did I bring up my sister? Oh, trigger healing experience, right. So, I borrowed a leather jacket and I left it there, and the dude was like, get your shirt. So the bouncer came and I put on my bra. I was wearing a sports bra underneath to like make me, you know, a little more manly, and, so I put it on, and he was like, get out, and he's like, take your shirt, and I said, fuck it. I left my shirt, and I was like, you can fucking keep that shirt. Anyway, so on my way out, I'm crying and jealous. No bark. I'm not sorry. Could not let Angel continue barking. Needed to let her know that barking once or twice to let people know that they're there and that you see them is fine, but hunting with the howls is not. So anyway, gotta tell them when it happens. Repeatedly with love. So I wanted to finish my thought about walking home back to the place that Luna was house sitting in West Hollywood, which was where we went last night, and a place called the Abbey. I will never go back because they didn't treat Luna well either. First of all, they kicked me out, and then I was like, I texted Luna, but she didn't get back to me, and I trusted the situation. I was like, she's a grown woman, we're both grown, I'm just gonna go back, see my dog, wait, you know, until I hear from her. And she called me. They kicked her out. They were like, you, probably because we were together, right? And they called her an Uber. And, or she doesn't think it was them. It was like another company. Like they kicked her out. A drunk woman alone. They wouldn't let her charge her phone and drink water to contact a friend to leave. Not cool. The Abbey. Fuck you. So, that Uber driver, got mad. He took her to the wrong address, and when he refused to take her to the right address, Luna refused to pay him, and so he threw her phone out of the car. The phone is gone. She had the hold for it. She had the case, but the phone was gone. A lesson she needed to learn, right? But on the way home, waiting for my dog, I was waiting for Luna in that interlude while she was losing her phone. Fuck you, the Abbey. I'm emotional. I'm violated in my own right because I can't be free while hurting no one, while giving them pleasure, simply because I'm in a feminine form. And so I'm crying and I'm mantraing for all to hear. Don't put the wife away, else you commit adultery. Now, it's a paraphrase of Jesus's words, but that's the essential part of it. Do not put the wife away, else you commit adultery. And it doesn't have to be your fucking wife. It is every woman. There is a lot for feminines to be angry about. Anger doesn't help, but it needs to be expressed when it's felt. If we learn from what makes us angry and then send it love, watch how the world will react in kind, divine feminines. Let's put our third eye toward sending the past love, true love, no grudge, no bad taste in your mouth from the memory. Really set it down, really give it love. and watch how you will magnetically find yourself in an environment that makes you feel more loved and free, that allows for you to be that way. Don't fight it. Won't work. I didn't get to stay in the bar. Right? But there's a difference between fighting the system and living your truth in the system. The system denies truth. It is a rebellious act to love yourself. And so, I leave this message on that note, going great with the cards for the week. Love yourself, and you will change the world. Bye, babes.